Since ancient times, knowledge and creativity have flowed as freely in Cork as the clear deep waters of the River Lee. Once linked to Finbar, the monk and scholar, over centuries this Munster land has given rise to a thriving city and vibrant university. A hive of industry, a hotbed of culture, a hub of lifelong learning. Today, that knowledge and creativity flows faster and further than at any time in our history. Here we celebrate heritage, sport and the creative arts, not only for the passions they ignite, but for the knowledge and character they build, the inspiration they spark. This is a place where technology moves at the speed of thought, connecting minds and communicating critical inquiry. A place where science powers progress, fueling fresh ideas, great discoveries and new remedies. It is a place concerned with our physical health and well-being, with how we can feed and heal ourselves and our children, humanely and sustainably for generations to come. And it's a place concerned with how we power our world, keeping our laboratories and learning facilities at the cutting edge and our houses and homes well lit and warm. Today, on the banks of the River Lee, University College Cork pursues these ideals and aspirations within a diverse, just and equal society. We are a university in the community, of the community and for the community, locally, nationally and globally. It is said that no one steps in the same river twice. Ideas evolve, innovations transform, art makes new. Yet knowledge and creativity, dedication, optimism and passion, these are eternal. And for hundreds of years they have flowed freely here, from the banks of the Lee to the farthest corners of the world.
The National Forum for the Enhancement of Teaching and Learning is a national body responsible for leading and advising on the enhancement of teaching and learning in Irish higher education. We focus on those who teach and their professional development, and those who learn and their success, while attending to the disciplinary contexts and digital dimensions of teaching and learning. We work with the sector, for the sector. Having this national body in place since 2013 has meant that consensus and shared understandings have been built around key topics of sectoral importance. Meaningful student involvement in the enhancement of teaching and learning is now both valued and widespread. The confidence of those who teach and those who learn has been strengthened, allowing them to develop, adapt, and repurpose their knowledge and skills as circumstances and contexts demand. A substantial and reliable evidence base has been established to inform local and national policy and practice. Individual and subject level commitments to teaching excellence are recognised and celebrated at national level. Increased collaboration and sense of community have facilitated knowledge and practice exchange across roles, fields of study and institutions. Enhancement initiatives are guided to ensure the impact of government funding is optimised. Internationally, Ireland has been looked to by other countries as an example of good practice in supporting student success at national level. We have shared our approaches with many international colleagues, have connected with new teaching and learning communities, and have engaged in valuable international conversations and partnerships that help shape European and global enhancement endeavours. Teaching and learning now occupies a central place in the Irish higher education landscape. We work with those who teach, learn and shape policy and practice to ensure that our students are supported to leave higher education, ready to continue a lifelong learning journey and fulfill their potential to contribute to and flourish in society. As we do this, we move ever closer to realising our vision of a valued and informed teaching and learning culture in Irish higher education.
As Chancellor of the National University of Ireland, I'm delighted to have the opportunity to address this ASEM Lifeline Learning Hub Forum 2020 and to reach out to colleagues old and new. I'm particularly pleased to be in contact with colleagues in Asia, since it was a great disappointment for me this summer not to be able to travel there. For many years, I've had the pleasure annually of conferring NUI degrees in medicine at RUMC, the Malaysia campus, of two members of the NUI Federation, UCD and RCSI. This year's conferings were of course virtual. Taking part in this forum provides further welcome contact with the East. Founded in 1908, the National University of Ireland is a federal university whose members include 4 constituent universities, 1 medical and health science university, and a range of other niche institutions. NUI is the largest element in the Irish university system. Across the university, we have schemes designed to nurture and support scholars and to highlight scholarship and research at the highest levels of achievement. The members of the NUI Federation are research-intensive institutions interested in building international partnerships. Through the European Union's Framework Programme for Research and Innovation, we have strong ties with our European partners and are continuing to develop these. We also have close ties with universities in China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore and elsewhere. We are very conscious of the fantastic research being carried out in Asian universities and are very keen to extend our collaborative networks further in Asia. In each of our universities, we have researchers of international standing interested in collaborating with partners on major research projects. We believe that international collaboration offers the best prospects for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals set out by the United Nations for 2030 and finding solutions to the major issues facing the human family and our planet. Our research goals span the sciences, the human sciences and the humanities. And to give a flavour of Irish research and the ambition of our researchers, I will refer to the higher doctorate degrees awarded by NUI. These are awarded to scholars who have published a body of groundbreaking and influential work in a field of specialisation, have created significant new knowledge and made major findings, and who have achieved international distinction in that field. Some recent examples of the areas of research where these degrees have been awarded are cystic fibrosis, chronic inflammatory lung diseases, cancers in a whole range of areas, oceanography, immunovirology, international human rights, bioengineering, and in addition, philosophy, history, and literature. These are just a few examples. I'm sure that today's showcase will provide many more. It is my wish and my confident hope for the ASEM Lifeline Learning Hub that over the next few years it will be a means of strengthening higher education ties between Asia and Europe, bringing us together, sharing our wealth of knowledge and different perspectives to our mutual understanding and benefit.
We're here today at the Department of the Taoiseach launching Springboard 2019. We have almost 300 courses on offer with 9,000 places available for people who are in employment, people who are self-employed, returners, and also people who are in receipt of a social welfare payment. Courses are available right across the spectrum of the National Framework for Qualifications from level 6 to level 9 and in exciting areas and in new and emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, cyber security, blockchain and robotics. So all courses are available from today for the academic year 2019-2020.
Skill up for your future with Springboard.
The programme has evolved a lot, so it's now open to everybody. You can't just finish your education at 18 when you finish school or when you finish university or college at 22 or 23 and say, that's it, I'm done. There's huge potential to undertake other courses.
I would absolutely recommend the Springboard Plus system for other people. I think it's a fantastic opportunity to continue on that lifelong learning path.
Springboard Plus made me realise I could do it. And the course that I did was really excellent. It was very well run by people from the industry, and they give you the confidence to know that you can do it.
Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me to contribute to the ASEM Lifelong Learning platform today. My name is Jennifer Cleary and I'm the Head of International and Equality, Diversity Inclusion at the Irish Universities Association. We serve the interests of 7 universities here in Ireland, from the oldest, Trinity College Dublin, founded in 1592, to the newest, Maynooth University, established in 1997. All 7 are ranked in the top 500 universities worldwide. In 2018, we developed a 6-point charter which commits to transform capability and performance across a range of key criteria to deliver a sustainable, competitive university system for Ireland's foreseeable needs. One of the strands of this charter was a commitment to research. Irish universities are major drivers of research and innovation in Ireland. They account for 20% of total annual national expenditure on R&D and represent 83% of all R&D expenditure in the higher education sector. Irish universities accounted for 50% of total funding raised by Irish enterprises and institutions under the EU's Horizon 2020 programme between 2015 and 2017. In 2019, we published an independent impact study which showed the total research impact to the Irish economy of €1,531 million in 1 year. Our universities have clearly shown their capacity to respond to the needs of society, particularly in response to the challenges of COVID-19. The pandemic has demonstrated in stark terms the fundamental value of science and knowledge. As a small nation, Ireland's capacity to compete globally is directly linked to our ability to innovate and to attract the talent and investment essential for a growing knowledge economy. The R&D activity in our universities provide the seedbed on which the future ambitions of Ireland as a leading player in the smart economy are laid.
So in universities, we're all about generating new knowledge and also about transmitting that knowledge in a way that makes a positive difference or impact to the world. And that can be in all sorts of ways. It can be economic, and we interface with industry at every level, nationally and globally. It can be social, it can be cultural, it can be in environment and health. So we make impact in all these fields. And of course, through research, we also advance the quality of the higher education that we give to our students.
Universities have attracted increasing numbers of international students in recent years, with more than 100 countries represented across our 7 member universities. Irish universities represent the largest destination for international students in Ireland, accounting for 73% of all international students studying in Ireland. Students at IUA member universities can also study or intern abroad for credit under the Erasmus Plus programme, which is part of the EU's lifelong learning programme.
I mean, to be a global university, we need to have students from all over the world. We need to have the opportunity for students to study beside students from all over, from different nationalities, different cultures, and to be there in the classroom, enriching the activities in the classroom, but also outside the classroom in the clubs and societies, where international students bring a great diversity, a great life to the campus.
Collaboration with international partners in research and teaching projects enhances our globalisation and enables internationalisation in our Irish university campuses. This is a key priority for us and is embedded in Ireland's international education strategy. This strategy aims to support the development of global citizens through Ireland's high-quality international education system by attracting talent from around the world to our education institutions, equipping Irish learners with the skills and experience they need to compete internationally, engaging in world-class research and international collaborations, and addressing global challenges.
The quality of education offered here is far better than I think I would get in India. I have more hands-on experience, more practicals here, so I'm very happy about that.
The system is very open to you pushing yourself beyond just the syllabus, so you can look at things outside of just the structures that they've provided you. That's very exciting, and it leaves a lot of room for creativity and being innovative.
The creation earlier this year of the Department of Further Higher Education, Research, Science and Innovation brings together research and higher education for the first time. The IUA and our 7 university members will work closely with this department over the coming years, and international research and international education will be key priorities as we work together with government and the higher education institution stakeholders on the development of our next international education strategy. You'll find more information about the Irish Universities Association on www.iua.ie. Thank you.
Good day all. It's a great pleasure to be invited to speak to you at the commencement of the Asia European Lifelong Learning Hub, this colloquium, and my warmest welcome to international partners from right across the Asiatic and European region, and to the very many countries who support this particular learning hub. My congratulations to colleagues in Ireland as they take over the chair of this organisation for the coming 5 years, and I wish Dr. Seamus O'Tuama and colleagues the very best. Ireland has taken over this role at a most interesting time, at a time when colleagues are not able to travel and to move around freely because of our global pandemic. And what we do know is that education and international linkage is going to be key to our response to this pandemic. And that comes at a time when lifelong learning itself is critical to the economic response of countries as they recalibrate their labour forces in response to the challenge. And equally, we know that research is itself an international construct and that it relies on the type of collegiality and cross-border cooperation that marks a departure such as this. You're engaging with Ireland at a most interesting time. My name is Joseph Ryan. I am the CEO of THEA, the Technological Higher Education Association. I work with a very committed and small band of colleagues who advocate for and represent the technological sector, which is at the heart of that change in Irish higher education. Our institutions are set right across Ireland, and Ireland itself is a small country. The island as a whole has some 6 million, 6.5 million people, and this state has just under 5 million people. And these institutions are set right across the country, both in urban and in regional settings. And right now under national strategy, where we had 14 institutions, we're moving towards likelihood of having 5 very large institutions with a capacity from about 15,000 to about 30,000 students each in this new construct of technological universities, which are very much focused on their own location and support for their location. Highly research intensive, very forward linked, applied, linked into the local economy, and very much around labour activation. This goes to the heart of the type of co-op that can be manifested through an organisation such as this. We're working here in Ireland with a new department with a mandate around further and higher education, research, innovation and science. In terms of student numbers, we have about 3,500 incoming international students annually, drawn largely from the world, and particularly the Asiatic region, Malaysia, Brazil, China, India, but also quite a large number of EU students as well. And while that number is challenged this year, we anticipate that it will regrow as we get back to a steady state. And in fact, it's encouraging to see so many international students desiring to be in Ireland even now. I wish you well for the coming days, for your deliberations. They're most important. And thank you very much for your time.
Dare to dream and join the 160,000 international students that trust Ireland every year to secure their passport to global success. Rooted in the past and focused on the future, Ireland's century-old tradition of educational excellence provides you with a global qualification and world-class experience. Discover who you can become while you explore the beauty of our island and a culture that has captivated the world. It's your choice. It's your future. Education in Ireland. Your journey starts here.